everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rox, and today I'm just gonna be telling y'all about a book I read recently. This book I read, okay? Let me tell you what it's called, because you probably already saw it. One day I was just like scrolling through Twitter and I saw it and I was like, this can't be a real book. Can it? Is it a real book? So I went on like a little internet/Goodreads search, and lo and behold, this book is real. So, The Haunted Vagina by Carlton Malik III. Yes, this is a very real book, but this one is more of a novella. It's very short, I'll have you know, but it's 100% real, and it forms part of like the Bizarro genre, which is a genre I didn't really know about. I can't say I didn't know much about it because I just didn't know about the genre. I like to call myself someone that reads every genre, you know. I like to delve in the different genres that we get. I want to read a little bit of everything. So if I haven't read a Bizarro book, can I really call myself someone who reads something from every genre? No. So what is the Bizarro genre, you may ask? And I'll tell you, it is a literary genre, and it uses a lot of elements of like absurdism, satire, and the grotesque. It has been described as a literary equivalent of a cult section of video stores. What are video stores? But it's not only supposed to be like a fun time, it's also supposed to be a bit thought-provoking. So I was like, interesting. I'm gonna read The Haunted Vagina and see what I think. Now, I will start off by saying that because the book is so short and ultimately so freaking weird, because it's just hella weird, it goes by in just like a flash, a blink of the eye. It's there and then it's over. It's when you see something when you're like, did that just happen? Yes, it did. But that's how I felt reading this book. Very short, very quick, very weird. It kind of leaves you just going like, so what is it about? We have our main character, Steve, who's the one telling us the story. It is first person, if I remember correctly. He's telling us the story, but it starts off, oh, by the way, I'm going to be talking about spoilers, but if you don't really care about getting spoiled, then you can just continue watching. Steve starts off the story where he first discovers that Stacy's vagina is super haunted. There's like noises coming from it, and he's like, I don't want to have sex with you. Can you blame him? Like, sir has got a right to refuse. Then we get a little backstory about Steve. Not much, but we get a lot of backstory on Stacy, which is the girlfriend. And we just also get a lot of information on how quirky Stacy is, because she's just so quirky and just not like other girls, because she's Asian and she's tall. How wild, how mind-blowing. She also pets every single dog and cat she sees. Like, if you have a pet, she's gonna pet it, because she's the only person that does that. Nobody in the universe does that. If you can tell, I clearly don't like Stacy or the way that she was described. She also has, I think, more than 12 degrees, because she just has a degree in every subject that she could acquire. And then she got like offended when her parents told her at the age of 30, after like 1 billion degrees, we're not funding your degrees anymore. Like, excuse me, I feel like if they've paid for like 12 degrees, that's fine. You know, I don't know if she has 12 degrees or if she just studied for 12 years. But anyway, she has, and I quote, it's from the book, I wrote it down. I will quote read it to you. Stacy has degrees in every subject she could acquire. That's what I said, so I even remembered it correctly, but that's my point. No one needs that many degrees. I mean, if you want, that's fine, but it's just something that makes Stacy extra quirky. Another thing that makes her super quirky, but makes me want to kind of like just kick her in the face a bit, is that she licks her glasses clean. I got so upset reading that. Maybe more than I should. Just imagine me taking my glasses, being like, I want to go read now, so I better clean them, and then just put them in my mouth. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. She also dances naked to Prince, but you know, I guess that's fine. That's fine. If you want to dance naked to Prince, that's fine. After we get like into this backstory, Steve is kind of like, I don't want to have sex with you, Stacy, because your JJ is haunted and it's weird and it frightens me a bit. But Stacy is literally like, all my ex-boyfriends thought it was like hot. Get yourself new ex-boyfriends. So they were like all really turned on by the fact that she's haunted down there. So she expects Steve to be the same, and Steve is so uncomfortable with all of this. But you know what? We're just supposed to watch all of this through this like comical lens. It's supposed to be funny, I think. It was not that funny. But I also went through this thing of like, is this book trying to be serious, or is it just like, it is satire, so surely it's not really what it is. And I'm the fool. I am the fool here. I am the fool. As they start getting busy, a skeleton obviously crawls out of the haunted space, and there's a fight going on. Everyone's scared. Stacy's stomach just blows up, balloons up. It doesn't explode, it just balloons. I should say balloon. Balloon is a much better word. Stacy's stomach balloons out, and the skeleton comes out. There's fighting. Like I said, everyone's scared. But then finally Steve, our hero, our main boy, kills the skeleton, and all is well. All is not well, because everyone's a bit freaked out. They then go to a motel, get a few beers, chill, and at some stage, I literally don't know why, Stacy just spits some beer back into her boyfriend's cup. Steve, why are you with Stacy? She even tells him in the beginning, she's like, your name's Steve, that's a terrible name. Although no one likes Steve's name in this particular book. I don't know why. People don't like Steve's apparently. I'm so sorry if you're a Steve. I don't think any Steve will ever watch this video. I don't know Steve's. Do I know? No, I don't know any Steves. While at this motel, Stacy tells Steve that it's time that he goes up there because he needs to explore. Obviously, Steve doesn't want to. He's hesitant. He's like, girl, I'm claustrophobic. I'm not going to climb in there. And because Stacy must always have her way, he climbs up in there. At first, it's a struggle because... But then, you know, they just shave Steve hair by eyebrows. Who are they? Legs? Not the legs, like the leg hair. But anyway. And then they just get like Vaseline and a bunch of oils and they lube him up. And then in goes Steve. He doesn't stay in there for long, however. He does discover this world for the first time. There's a sky, but you can't really see the sky because it's like pretty cloudy. He sees trees. He sees someone there, but he can't really catch the person. He can't really make out who it is. But he isn't there for long before he decides to climb back. As he's climbing back out, he struggles a bit, and then he realizes, oh my gosh, there's like a denim wall. What is this denim wall? It's Stacy's jeans, because Stacy's now driving the car back home, and she's like, yeah, stay in there. I can't pull over. You're just gonna stay in there until I get home. Once he gets out, he tells Stacy all that happened. Stacy's like, okay, cool, but you're gonna have to go back in there. And he's like, Stacy, no way am I going back in there. And Stacy's like, yes way, you are going back in there. But this time they come prepared. Okay, Steve has a little walkie-talkie. Steve has a camera. Steve has a sleeping bag. So Steve is ready. Is his name Steven? Steve's ready to get in there. Okay, so this is his second journey in there. It's not as much as a struggle of the first time, because this time they got more lubricant so that he could go in much easier. Once in there, Steve meets Fig. Who is Fig? Fig is everything that Stacy wishes she was. But also, she's the girl you see on the cover, okay? So Fig is this weird creature that lives there. And she invites Steve over for dinner. They have dinner, they spend the time together, and then she's like, yo, Steve, we're gonna go play now. You're my friend. And she tells him like she's lonely, so like he's her friend, and he's like, I need to go back. And Stacy throws him in a hole. After being in that hole for a while, he gets out and is suddenly kind of in a way in love with Fig, but his body has also transformed to be like Fig's, so he is no longer human. While he's in here, Stacy's like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend is gone and I don't know if he's ever gonna come back. So she goes to a bar, she hooks up with a guy, and she gets pregnant, which also means that Steve can never leave this world. By this world, I mean Steve can never leave Stacy's vagina. There's one way for Steve to leave, but it's so gross, I'm not even gonna mention it. Because Steve is now forever stuck in this world, he kind of just accepts living there. He's like, oh, well, I'm in love with Fig now. Steve and Fig get married, you know, Steve can't leave anyways. They get married. Then Fig also gets pregnant, so they're gonna be having little baby Figs and Steves. And that's it. That's it, my boys. That's it. That's the story. Do we get some resolution between Stacy and Steve? Kind of, but they're both just like, you're in there now, cool. And he's just like, yeah, I'm happy with Fig. And Stacy's like, well, I miss you. But cool. Did I think it was good? I don't know, because I genuinely feel like I'm the fool. I feel like I was punked. I've been pranked. Will I read another one of Carlton Melick III's books? Yes, probably. There's one called Satan's Burger. There's one called Someone's Butt Plug. Do I want to read them? In my head and my heart, no. But in my being, I'm like, sure. Why not? I just thought since I had to experience this, it was only fair and right of me to share it with everyone else. So now you know about it too. Anyway, I'm sorry if you watched this till the end. I'm sorry, but it's on you. But also thank you. And I'll see you again for the next one. Okay, bye.